Happy New Year! Today is the first day of the new church year. It's the beginning of Advent, and Advent is the first season in the church year. Advent is the name we give to the 4 Sundays before Christmas and the time in between them when we prepare to celebrate Jesus' birth. Advent means coming or preparing for Jesus' coming, and Advent's one of my favorite seasons of the year. As Christians, we celebrate Christ's birth on Christmas, but we know that Jesus was actually born more than 2,000 years ago. So while we're waiting and preparing for the celebration when we remember Jesus' birth, we also are waiting for the day that Jesus will come again. Scripture tells us that Jesus will one day return to earth and make all things right as they are in heaven. While this is a really fun time of year, involving lots of happy celebrations, decorations, lights, trees, ornaments, cards, and gifts, Advent gives us a time of recognizing that everything isn't perfect here on earth. And that's why Jesus had to come in the first place, and also why Jesus will come again. We use this season of Advent as a time to intentionally consider what's wrong in the world and what we might be called to do about it. We don't have to look very far to see that things aren't perfect in the world today. We find ourselves in the midst of a global pandemic with more people getting sick every day than ever before. Because of the challenges in education, with jobs and health, the list goes on. Related to the pandemic, there are even more challenges being faced by those who were already in precarious situations. There's more political division in our country than I can ever remember, and there are situations where people are not being treated fairly because of race, gender, ethnicity, or economics. The problems all around us can weigh us down and make us sad. But stopping to think about the hard things in our world can also motivate us to be a part of working toward bringing hope to these situations. Advent is a season full of symbols. We use an Advent wreath to remind us of the cycle of seasons. They keep repeating, beginning with Advent and then Christmas, then ordinary time, then Lent, then Easter, then ordinary time again. The circle shape reminds us of God's unending love that just goes on and on. In the Advent wreath, there are 5 candles. Each candle has a special meaning, beginning today with the candle of hope. As we light each candle, the light gets brighter and brighter until we light the last candle on Christmas Eve, reminding us that Christ has come and brought hope into the world as the light of the world. You might consider Advent a season of shadows and light. We look at the hard or the dark parts of our world, but we see how with Christ's coming, Christ brought light into the darkness. What can you do to share the hope of Christ in the world? How can you use this Advent season to receive Christ's hope in your hard places and to share that hope in the world's dark spots so that we can share Christ's light? This week, look for hope around you and make a difference to help to offer hope to someone else.